Welcome to Boston Bleachers. This is Robbie Hyde, and I got more Red Sox news for you. So the winter meetings wrapped up. The Red Sox have gone home. For the most part, a pretty quiet winter meetings. But there was some noteworthy things to talk about. To start off, the Red Sox did sign one guy. That was Jose Peraza. He is a utility infielder. Now, the one thing that's a little newsworthy about that is, does this mean the end of Brock Holt in Boston? I don't think so. I think you can have a couple of guys on your bench that can play multiple positions. I think it would actually be smart to have a couple of guys like Peraza and Holt come back. Now, I do think Holt deserves a bit of a pay raise. Brock Holt has been a key figure in Boston for quite a few years now. He made the All-Star team that one year. He was key in the 2018 playoffs that led to a World Series. Not even just that on the field, but off the field, Brock Holt has just been awesome in Boston. Lots of charity work. He is great with going to different podcasts, like the Section 10 podcast. He's a great guy, and Boston loves him. He's not the flashiest of players, but he is just so great in many ways. And I think it would be a shame if Chaim Bloom let Brock Holt leave. Now, getting more to the juicier stuff, people were wondering going into the winter meetings, is Mookie Betts going to be traded? I have come out and said Mookie Betts will not be traded. I don't think he is going to get traded because you're not going to get enough value back for him. He has 1 year left of control. Teams will not give up big prospects or a lot of major league ready talent for a guy that has only 1 year remaining. Maybe a couple years ago, absolutely, but I don't see it unless the Red Sox are somehow blown away by a team that is desperate to get back into contention. Teams like the Reds, maybe the Padres take a chance, possibly the Cardinals. They're trying to really get back in to that National League Central and just the National League overall, where that National League Central is easy pickings at the moment. They can easily win that division. If they add a Mookie Betts, that would be a pretty decent lineup with Mookie Betts, Paul Goldschmidt. It would be something pretty good, and especially if the Cardinals are going to be losing Ozuna, they could definitely use a Mookie Betts. But do I think they're going to give enough in return? I don't see it happening. But there is another guy on the Red Sox that has garnered a lot of attention. That guy is David Price. I have come out and said I think David Price will somehow, some way get traded this offseason. David Price has 3 years, about $96 million left on his contract. Yes, he is getting a lot of money, but if you really look at it, his deal is quite a bargain considering what Garrett Cole signed with the Yankees, 9 years and $324 million, if I'm not mistaken. Steven Strasburg, who got a huge contract to go back to Washington. Price is actually looking like a bit of a bargain. David Price was actually doing very well through his first 15 to 20 starts with the Red Sox. His ERA was good, he was getting wins, and he was doing really well. It was just the injuries that started to get to him. He was having the wrist problems, the elbow problems, but I think he's going to end up being fine. David Price is a workhorse. I think he's going to be able to manage himself. I can see teams like the Padres, the Reds, the Dodgers, the Cardinals going after David Price. He's a solid starter. He's a top of the rotation guy. If not a 1, he's definitely a 2. He will help a team that is trying to contend. I don't see the Red Sox trading him to the Angels. There have been rumblings about him going to the Angels. I don't see it happening. The Angels, with the signing of Anthony Rendon, I just don't see the Red Sox wanting to make the Angels better, especially if they're in the American League. I can see them shipping him off to the National League. I can't see Chaim Bloom giving a top rotation guy to another contender, because if you look at that lineup, you got Trout, Rendon, you got Pujols batting 6th or even 7th. That's crazy. There's no way that they trade him to the Angels. I don't see it, unless they are going to give some top prospects back. But even then, prospects aren't guaranteed. I don't see it happening. One other way I could see Price being traded is also including Jackie Bradley Jr. That would be a lot of salary being shed from the Red Sox payroll. I can absolutely see teams wanting Bradley in a deal as well. Jackie Bradley, I mean, we all know he doesn't hit for a good average. He has a little bit of pop. He can drive in some runs. But his big thing is his glove. He's one of the best defensive center fielders that we have seen in baseball in a long time. It just seems like he has highlight reel plays at least once or twice a week. Jackie Bradley Jr. is just such a good center fielder that he makes your team better. He makes your team better. If not offensively, he makes your team better defensively. He will grab anything in that outfield. So I can absolutely see teams that want David Price, like the Padres, the Reds, the Cardinals. I could see them wanting Jackie Bradley as well, because it could also sweeten the pot just a little bit with David Price having those injury concerns, and he is still getting paid a lot of money. I can see teams being like, you know what? Give us Jackie Bradley. He's one of the best defensive center fielders in the game. We'll take David Price if you throw in Jackie Bradley. Yes, teams will be taking on a lot of salary with those two, but I really think teams such as, again, the Reds, the Padres, you could even maybe say the Phillies, maybe, but don't quite see it, where they want to really get over that hump, especially even the Dodgers. The Dodgers, they have just fallen short the last 3 years. I thought they would make it to the World Series last year. I thought they could even win the World Series last year. And they just can't seem to get over that hump. So I think it's just a matter of time before David Price gets traded. One other news of note is Rick Porcello is now a New York Met. I definitely saw him leaving the Red Sox. I didn't think he was going to come back. He was being paid about $20 million a year to be on the Red Sox. He was getting progressively worse every year. I just didn't see the Red Sox bringing him back. He signed 1 year for $10 million with the Mets. Yeah, he's taking about a $10 million pay cut right there. And I didn't see the Red Sox offering him even more than like $5 million. I mean, why? Why would you offer him anything more than that? He was terrible last year. He just got hit around the whole year. Yeah, he gave you innings, but he just couldn't keep you in games. He gave up too many runs. I think he needed a fresh start. He did what he needed to do with the Red Sox and then some. First off, he helped win a World Series. He won the clinching game against the Yankees in the American League Division Series in 2018. He was big for the Red Sox. He will definitely go down as one of the best that helped win a World Series. I wish him all the best with the New York Mets. Well, moving forward, like I said, the Red Sox, for the most part, there weren't really many major splashes. There weren't really many major trades or signings. I think the Red Sox, I think this week was a week to collect some data. I think this week was a week to pick some minds from other general managers. I think this was a week for the Red Sox to get their feet wet for their offseason. I think some big moves are coming. I think Price is going to get traded. You know what? Who knows? I could be wrong about Mookie Betts. I think he's staying. I don't see why you would give him away when you're really not going to get anything. There are some moves coming. So Red Sox Nation, get ready. It's going to be a little bit of a different team in 2020. I'm excited. I think Chaim Bloom is going to make the right moves. I think he has a plan. I think he knows what he needs to do to put a winning team together. But that's all I have for today. I will be back with you guys next time as soon as I have any more news. If you can, please like the video and please subscribe. That would be awesome. Have a great day. We'll talk next time. See you later.